So this has been sat, it's been rinsed 3 times, then it's had a couple of days 85 degrees water poured in with loads of citric acid, which someone from a certain place in Maine suggested I try. So this is the January-February. It's been sat in here at 16 degrees, very, very slowly fermentationing. I'm not going to take the lid off, but it has done its ting. I did think about cold crashing it, and then I thought, fuck it, why bother cold crashing it? So this is the second spontaneous fermentation that I've attempted. Hasn't gone quite the same as the first one, but time to get it in there and add it next to, oh sorry, crikey, it's a bit dark in here. Let's lighten it up a bit, shall we? That's better. So this is the New Year one that I started in 2020. Chucked it in a cool ship and then put it in a fermenter 2021, 1st of January. And then if this was stuck in the barrel on, when was it stuck in the barrel? 5th of February, I think. And I took a sample of it, I don't know when. But it's doing all right. Barrel's holding up nicely. I'm just going to leave it here. So today's the 6th of March. This time in a couple of years, this ought to be ready. So I've got space here for clean some of the crap away. So I've got space for that. There's actually space for 2 more. I didn't do a February-March. The reason for that was the weather was looking really shit outside and whatever. The next one I want to do in a gazebo out on a quayside. So that will be the 3rd. Then so that'll be March, April. We're getting to the end of what would be generally known as Lambic season, because Lambic is seasonal for the spontaneous fermentation anyway. Is seasonable, dependent upon the weather. So that will be the last one. But exciting though. I need to get some chalk and put on here. Excuse me. Goodness. I don't know where that came from. Well, I do. It came from my nose, obviously. But so yes. So 1, 2 more, and then wait until next year. Sunday the 7th, and after the second coat, apart from the odd little sort of like bit where it seems a bit strange, but second coat seems to have gone on very well. I think the next stage will be testing the bitumen along the edge to make sure it seals on top of the arbo mast. But yes, I think that looks alright, don't you, boys and girls? It's likely I won't need that one. I've taken this down. Now I'm going to need 6, about 1.5 metre. Actually no, I will, won't I? Because that's not going to be 3 metres long. I could probably get away with 1.3 metre, I think. I just need to measure. But that's okay. So I can get 2 1.3s out of that. So that gives me the 6 1.3 metre. That was a bit of a bugger to break up, actually. I thought first of all I'd try to reciprocating saw and cut the chunk off. Then I just got the pallet breaker on it and push. Dead easy. So 1.3, that gives us a barrier. I need to go and Google whether there's any regulations about height of barriers, but that gives us now, if I there, so a little bit higher than the post box, which I think will be quite adequately high. Yes, so we've got a metre high fence going across and 30 centimetres to screw or bolt into those uprights, which is, now it's not massive, is it? Now I've got an idea about this. I'm doing this, I'm saying, because we have got some spare wood, so we could actually put a couple of higher ones here and then have a sign on there on the middle ones, because we've got 6, so perhaps the 2 middle ones have higher uprights. Yeah, that could work. All right, let's go with that. Let's stick with that idea for a minute. Then these can be slightly longer to attach. If we break that down, I think we'll be all right. Let's get that broken down anyway. That was easier than I expected. I shall need to de-nail, but we have a tool for that. So now we have 5. What we could do, I think these are all the same width, so we can have 2 taller ones in the middle. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. I don't know. I've lost the plot. My mind's just gone completely blank. However I cut those down, they're still going to be right. So they're still going to be 2.3 metre, but that's okay. I can have. We need 6, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3. Yeah, we could. I'll come back when I'm not being such a complete twat. Now, these are the double glazed windows we had made down at Channel Glaze in Birmingham. Went down and collected them probably over a year ago, but you know, can't rush these things. And these are the frames that they're supposed to sit in. So we marked and drilled the holes, and then we come to fit the windows, and the holes are all in the wrong place. How does that work? So thinking, yeah, probably sort of like the orientation of that, so turn it around, still didn't work. Must be the other window that goes in here. Put that in, no, that didn't match up either. Turned it around, no. Fuck me, I've no idea how these things, how or why these things work. Anyway, I'm currently softening down some arbo mast, so I'm going to put a layer of arbo mast around here and then rivet them in. Why aren't I using self tappers? Because riveting's easier, and it's probably just as easy to take rivets out, in fact probably easier, because if this was to corrode, it then binds onto the thread of the self tapper, whereas with a rivet you just drill the top off, hole punch, one of those, not a hole punch, centre punch, boom, and jobs are good. And right, somewhat miraculously got them to fit. Now all I have to do is clean off the pools and pools of arbo mast, which is the butyl rubber mastic sealer. That's what that's for. Lighter fluid, but I'm going to let it just sit in for a bit, because it's a bugger to clean off the hands. Whew. Third coat has gone on this lot. It looks like Tuesday is going to be a good day weather-wise. So Tuesday will be the day we put the mastic down here. Not the mastic. Fucking hell, come on Martin. The bitumen down here. There's not going to be a lot of footfall, so bitumen's not really designed for paths, but there's not going to be a huge amount of footfall, so it'll be fine. It will seal it, and it's more to seal it along the edge of the building. Tuesday is also when I'll be doing the video of our little mustn't grumble up for sale. Charlotte's in there giving it a bit of a spring clean at the moment. Well, where we got to? I've worked out that I need 2 more of these crates, and then I'll double these up, 1, 2, and that will give us the nice height that we need on the fence. I got me air locker out. This sort of like shoots a pin out the end and removes the big bastard fuck off nails. I say that, it's pushed them through. Now what I've got to do is pull them out. I tried getting a hammer on, put a block here and then a claw hammer, but they're in tight. I'm just going to leave it a day, and then I'll just hit it with a blowtorch just on these, and then they'll yank straight out. You'd be surprised, both of those burners had next to bugger all ash left in them after they'd all kind of burnt out. Next to nothing. Quite a few nails, obviously, from the blocks, but virtually no ash whatsoever. So that went in the canal, because it's good to have stuff like that in canal, apparently. Adds to the biodiversity and stuff. And I need to just check here. There's no nails that have accidentally got themselves astray. Earlier on, I took about 6 bucketfuls of crap up from here, just shoveling it up and then sweeping it a bit more and then shoveling it up. Fuck me, never again. And I haven't had a chance to do the concrete ceiling over the bricks from where the building was originally, but it hasn't been a bad day really for a Sunday. One thing, I mean, I had complete brain fade earlier when I was thinking about posts. Complete, just went head totally bollocksed. And I think it was one of those things that happens, when you get, just clean the hot tub out, I'm going in that tonight. When you've got 6 or 7 things all floating around in your head at once, because there's a couple of meetings coming up during the week, which, where the fuck am I going to put this? I don't know. You're right, babe. You can live there for the time being. Isn't she lovely? Florence. So my mind kept flicking backwards and forwards to what's going to be going on during the week, and just kind of like decided to shut down. Thump, like that, like a thump in my head. So I thought, that's how I've got to do something menial that doesn't involve a great deal of funking. Right, finish off, get that Lambic up on the shelf. This doesn't smell anything like the other one did, which is interesting. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be a couple of years before we finally find out. but it's got completely different aromas. Not unpleasant, not necessarily pleasant either, but different. Just don't know. We shall see when we take a taster in about 6 months. The cold room has a new addition. Well, we've got a couple of cornies. We got this is a heavily hopped porter. What I made, crumbs, coming up for a year ago, and sadly this is a raspberry wheat beer that I'm hoping will still be okay for summer. Now, a friend of mine said what he does with sometimes his wheat beers is it will just leave them in the keg, and as long as they're kept at a reasonable temperature, they'll be okay. So I'm hoping anyway, we'll have time to enjoy that. And this is a strawberry wheat, which I made a large batch of wheat, and then some of it I split for raspberry, some for strawberry. And there's another blackberry one downstairs, but this is the current hef. No, it's not. Dickhead. This is the current Lambic style, Lambic-ish style. Aircon, keeping the room cool. And over there is the 2020-2021. The only reason they're separated quite widely apart is because I need to get some chalk and just write on that what it is, and then I'll move this up and then write on this what it is, because eventually there'll be 3, maybe 4. I might buy. I'm tempted, you know, to buy another one. But in the meantime, we've got another probably 18-24 months to wait to see how that's going to turn out. I had to sterilise, and I mean sterilise, a cork to whack in there because I couldn't find anything else to put in there. So that cork was boiled in a pressure cooker and then whacked in there. So it should be about as sanitary as you can possibly get, certainly more than the actual barrel itself. There was definitely something going on in there. It's a different sort of, I think this is going to be a really long, very long, slow secondary fermentation in that barrel. It's certainly got a whiff to it. Not an unpleasant whiff to it, more of a sort of like a farmhouse really than a lambic. But there has been action in here. Look, definitely been action in here. It smells like it could be something. This is the dog box from the top of Olin Water, and even though I painted it, it's got loads of little rust spots. So we have decided we're going to have it powder coated. So today, when the governor has finished doing this, she won't like that. She won't like that. She won't like it. She won't. We're going to troll around different powder coating places. I'm going to cover these pins obviously because I don't expect they'll understand that these don't need powder coating. See if we can get someone to strip it all back, clean it up, and then powder coat it nicely in silver. Will probably be better than the paint. Fucking hope so anyway. And we're also getting ready to do, we've got some sunshine, some nice sunshine to do the Olin Water video, which we haven't got at the moment, but that will come together. What a change in the weather. It's going to get worse as well. I so need some sunshine. Don't we all? We all need some sunshine, don't we, boys and girls? That's right, get some tomorrow, because we're going over to see Harry Brew 69 in Retford. Again, it's a professional visit, so it's allowed. Really, so it is. God, this will be a quick one. It's Wednesday. And we have bitumen all the way along here, which dried thankfully just before it rained, but you can see how it's pooling. So yeah, a bit of an issue. But as the solvent's still sort of like coming out, it's creating that really interesting pattern, which is what we get on boats after we've painted boats. Dog box, took it round to be powder coated yesterday. It's going to need completely shot blasting and stripping first, so left it with them, picking that up maybe end of this week, early next week. 80 quid to shot blast it and powder coat it, sod it, you know. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Today we're going to Retford, Thursday the 11th of March, and it's a year today that we had the declaration of a pandemic from the World Health Organization. And I think that to celebrate that auspicious day, climate change has really kicked in, because we had some really massive rain and gales last night. All of this, I came out this morning, had fallen over. All of this has just been blown crunch down. Fortunately, the boats are all still here. But all of this blown across. Very, very stormy weather. But look, boys and girls, we've got a little bit of sunshine coming out, hopefully to dry us all off a little bit. And I always worry, because these bits rattle around in the wind, and it sounds like sometimes the building might be about to take off. But yes, wonderful day out yesterday. There should be another video somewhere about the little trip over to see Chris in Retford. But for today, start doing some more work on little Olin Watter here. Just for context, this is where the dog box goes, and fucking hell, it's windy. It's fucking windy. I'm just going to close these because I don't want to let all the warm air out. And it's very rare. I'm going to need to find a way of putting a handle up here to close that properly. That's going to be an interesting one. I've got some spare space here which needs filling with something going underneath the hatch, but that's not what you want to know. That'd be a good test for how well this camera works in restricted light. This is central heating, and central heating here says that it is currently 20 degrees in here, I think. Yeah. Toasty radiator. Now that's the little boiler down there. That's all it is. So it runs either on gas or off the landline. When the landline is unplugged, it fires up on the gas, but the gas isn't all put in yet, as you can see. Well, you probably can't see, but that doesn't matter. I've just told you. That's where the dog box goes. So I've started building a frame to go around it, to frame it in, and I'm going to put some lights in it. I know. Why not? And fucking hell, that wind. So these other two radiators here. Toasty. Cold as fuck. So that's probably got an airlock in there somewhere. Bathroom. Is that warm? Oh yes. Not massively warm, Simon. But I don't particularly like a really hot bathroom, if I'm frightfully honest with you. And I don't like an exceptionally hot bedroom, but this is just nice in here because we've got the thermostatic thingy heated. I thought we had. Yeah, that you can set the temperature on there. So it's still a bit dark in here. So anyway, today I'm finishing all the bits underneath here. This forms the side of the wardrobe here, and then the wardrobe doors slide to make a walk-in wardrobe. I'm not doing that today. Today is literally just putting these bits underneath, securing them all, and then moving down to probably where the bulkhead is here into bathroom. But I think, well, I know. Where's my frame? I made a frame for this as well to go around here. It'll be kicking around somewhere. I've probably walked past it a dozen times. So that, as I said, at some point in one of the previous videos, fucking hell, all of the structural stuff, the ballasting and all that is done. So we're happy with this so far. I reckon when that dog box is up there with those glazed panels, the amount of extra light that will be thrown in here completely change the aspects of it. Now, the dog box is sort of central over the middle of what will be the living area. So this will be the middle of the living area here. The TV will go, oh bloody hellfire, sort of just underneath where those things are hanging down between the portholes. Mark's making some nice porthole liners. We have then, there'll be a big C-shaped, this is sort of the idea, it might not pan out that way, for fuck's sake, C-shaped settee that turns into 2 double beds. You just pull them apart and they turn into 2 double beds. And then all of this, fucking hell, gets boxed in with lights shining that way, and then there'll be some ceiling lights as well, and just some battens going over here. That's where we're at. So we're waiting at the moment for Brian, my new best friend Brian, to do the shot blasting and powder coating of the frame. So the next bit of video I do in here will almost certainly be with that attached up there. We're not sure yet how we're going to arrange to open and close the windows, probably on a little spinny roundy thing with a thread that pushes up and down. I know what I mean. So happy again am I to be in here fettling around with getting this done, because it has been something of an ordeal that has been a constant elephant in the room. So yeah, next stage, finish out the underlining of these bits here, and then that's that could probably do with gluing on or screwing on, but I'll be back with all that later. For now, boys and girls, I'm going to call this a day. There's a couple other videos need to go up. I'm just reminding myself there's a couple of bits of trim still needs to go on here. I'll do that in a bit. But if you like these really strange disjointed videos, please give us a thumbs up, and it would be really lovely if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel, and get your partner to as well, and your dog, and your mum and dad, all your kids, your next door neighbours, whoever you work with, the guy down pub. Not that you'll be seeing him for a little while, but you know what I mean. Like, the more the merrier. It'd be lovely having you all on here laughing at me being a bit of a tit, but this will be the summer project, will be to get this all finished. And I wish I knew where that was. For now, boys and girls, whatever you're doing, do it safely. Cheers.